Hello YouTube, Esnix here for an as promised video on the Looking Glass desktop. So you're looking at the Looking Glass desktop. This is running on Caldera's Open Linux 1.3 on the Handy Gateway from 1998 or 99. Open Linux 1.3 was released in 1998, and it featured, besides KDE, a number of other desktops, a number of other window managers, and only one other desktop, I believe. So this Looking Glass desktop and several window managers, and we'll get into some of them. And KDE 1.0, which will probably be another video. So, I booted up. I'm looking at Looking Glass, and Looking Glass runs on top of a window manager called fvwm. That's what we're in right now. You can see there's AfterStep, TWM, olwm, and olvwm. We'll take a look in a moment, in a little bit at AfterStep, but right now we're just going to focus on the Looking Glass desktop as it defaults to run on fvwm. You can see the window border and tool controls are motif based, very classic motif looking, which Windows 3 and 3.1 copied quite a bit from. So let's start out with this button bar up top here. We can full screen the desktop or window it. We can remove the window controls and put them back. Let's see, we can open our directory or choose a different directory, and if we say OK, we are now open in our home directory. So that's pretty cool. LG here is for Looking Glass, and I assume here are the Looking Glass desktop configuration files. So I assume we can edit these if we needed to or knew how to. If we go back up a directory, we're in our home directory here. If we go up another directory, you can see inside the home file system here, the home directory. I guess it was standard or Caldera's way to put an FTP folder, an HTTPD folder if you were running a web server, or Postgres folder if you were running PostgreSQL. And if we go up another level, here is our root file system. And it's a little simpler than the current file system. Fewer directories. There's our kernel image, netware. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it's a directory. Okay. So we can go, I guess it comes with a netware client. AMD Auto. Doesn't look like it's going into it there. Maybe it's a system folder that we can't get into as a user, or it's just huge and it's taking a while to populate. Yep. That might not have been a good choice to click on. Okay, so we're back to here. Here's our bin directory for binaries. Our boot directory. with the actual kernel and other boot files. BRU is a backup utility, I believe. The dev directory, the etc directory. We can see in etc very few folders, and all the files there. And then our home folder and other assorted folders. Under opt was actually used back then. Looks like KDE is installed in here as its own bin directory. Netscape. Okay, so opt was used. Unlike today, where we really don't use that directory for much, except for user installed software. So our root, sbin, temp, user, and var. An install directory. That's interesting. Wonder if the file system, we'll show you how to install and remove software in a moment or two here. So let's see what's in temp. Okay, LST, a reference back to the base of the Caldera Open Linux system, the LST distribution. And under user or USR, we have the directories here. So let's close that out, come back here. We have a button that opens up our terminal. We have in environment variables so we can see all of our environment variables or settings. It's pretty cool. Now we can't change anything here. We just look at them. Now if we were running as root, we probably could change these. What's this? Preferences. Cleanup refers to organizing the icons. Color, we can choose a color scheme. Creation, this is interesting. When we create files, we can set the creation mask for file permissions and directory permissions. So we can do this for each user and then adjust it whenever we need to. Display, we can tell the system where we want the desktop loaded at startup, and we can tell the view we want and whether we include full path names or not. So some settings there. Execution. This looks like a little bit of a setup for how we want our Xterm to open, what our text editor is, much like default programs, what our shell is, and our mail directory. Okay. Operation, let's see what's there. So there's a file limit size set. Mouse control, double click speed, icon dragging and mouse operation, multi-button, single button. Okay, pretty cool. Let's see, what else is there? There's removal. How we want trash to work. Use trash on remove, confirm on empty trash. Okay. File removal, directory removal. Okay, so we can set how we'd like the system to handle deletions here. Cool. Now if I had the proper sound driver loaded, this would take effect here. And that's it for preferences. We have an icon editor. Oh no, not an icon editor, icon bar. Here we can add more or change the buttons on top. And we have a wide choice of buttons to use. Pretty cool. I'm not going to mess with anything. I don't want to mess it up at the moment. We can turn on and off full path names and clean up. And it looks like sound, and empty the trash, and our clock, and a little icon to indicate whether we have mail. I assume if the red handle is flipped up, that means we have mail. So let's take a look inside the window here. We have a README, and that opens in default. The default editor is this commercial program called Crisp Lite, and this is the light version is free, and if we wanted to order the full version we could. But this is our basic text editor. So we have our README here, and it looks like a lengthy README. Oh, no, it's not lengthy, just a lot of empty space there. Okay, it's not that long. So let's take a look and move this closer to the center here. And I'll leave it up on the screen. You can pause it if you'd like to read the README. We'll scroll down a little bit. There you go. Hopefully this will be clear enough on the video. Okay. We have a programs group, and in our programs we have floppy access, link here, screensaver. Guess that activates the screensaver. Oh, enter password. There we go. Cool. Elm for email. Okay. Crisp is our editor we just saw. Netscape came with. We have Xcalc, the basic. Well, not so basic. That's a stylized calculator. Looks better than the old Xcalc did. And Xpaint. Let's see, we have to new canvas. There we go. So we have different types of tools and a canvas to draw on. And we can change our very nice. That's pretty cool. So a nice painting program. We can't rotate. Has some basic filters. Not bad. Image. Wow. It's not a bad little painting program. and then save. And we can save it as various formats. Wow. JPEG, GIF, PNG, TIFF, PostScript format. Not bad. Let's close this and close that. Okay, so that's the painting program. And let's see, that was it for programs. Okay. We have extras for our one and only game. Pretty cool. Oh, misjudge that. I always misjudge. Tetris blocks. Yep, see? I sucked at Tetris. Okay. Quit. That's our only game. And let's see what else we have. Link to our home directory. Well, actually, this just goes to home. Okay. Caldera info. You know what? I think this is going to try and open Netscape. Yeah. We're not online, so, but it is opening a file in the system here for documentation. Okay. At least the documentation is on the system. That's pretty cool. Even without a network connection, we can get to the documentation. Okay, let's take a look at some of these here. Because layout, we're in the user layout. Let's go to the admin layout. An admin layout, we get mostly the same things. We get a link to the root of the file system, or not the root of the file system, but roots file system. We get admin tools. So we get X-Free86 setup if we need to make changes to our X-Free config. Network configuration. Lisa. Lisa is the setup program, and I have to be root to do that. That's the same program used to install the system. Glint. Glint is our package manager. You can see by the big package as the icon. Let's make that a little bigger. And since we installed everything off the CD, everything is here installed. So we can go into administration as one category, go into software maybe, and here we see Alien for converting packages, formats, Glint for installing, and Kpackage if we were in the KDE desktop. Archiving software, we have BRU for backup, dump, Taper for tape backup control, and tar or XTAR, graphical tar program. Okay. And you know what, let's take a look at something like this here. If we go to one click on an item and go to query, we can see a short description of the item, tells us what it is, and we can see the files and where they're put. It's pretty cool. That just gives us some detail. And we can select or unselect. And just clicking on it again removes the highlight. So if we want to look at Office, see what's under Transfig. Most of these I'm not familiar with. Xfig, Fish Tank Extras. So, but we're in the package manager, so this is installed packages right here. And then we can configure, and I assume if we were online, we could find out what else is available. So pretty cool. FS tool, okay. Config X, is that different? Looks like a different program from the setup. The print tool, time tool, and user config tool. Now I think you have to be root, logged in as root to do any of these things. I don't think it's going to do much of anything for us here. No. So you can see all of these icons are actually in the file system in user, share, program groups, admin tools. I guess if we had jobs running, it would show. Let's see. Yeah, see, there are multiple ways to get to everything. Now let's put this off to the side here. Make it about as small as possible. Actually, you know what? Let's put it off to there. And if we click once and hold the mouse key on empty desktop space, we get a menu. And here we can see a lot more programs installed. Productivity programs, time planner, mail tools, cool mail, and a lot of different mail tools. Tree browser, Post-it for Post-it notes. Okay. Under graphics, we have the GIMP, Xfig, TGIF, ImageMagick, Xpaint, XV, New Plot. Let's see, Animate, Rasmoi, MPEG players. Wow, MPEG player, Scene editor, Xmorph, Graph. Wow. Comes with a lot of software. Text publishing. See, we got Lix, and we got Xfig, and a number of different text editors. Graphical VM, or Vim, Ghost View, Xedit. Oh, there's Xedit. All you have to do is release on the when you're hovering over. Let's see, software development. You got Emacs and DDD for debugging, and a bunch of other tools I don't know. Qt dialog editor, okay. Internet connectivity. If we're connected to the net, let's see, fax software, FTP tool, Gopher, Archie for searching FTP sites, or no, Archie was for searching Gopher sites. A newsreader, a Maya, which is a web browser and HTML editor, as well as Netscape. Let's see, under amusements and recreation, we have Workman CD, okay, XPlay CD, XM Play, Jukebox, XMPEG, okay, Oniko, oh, that's a little cat. This is cute. Oh, it makes the mouse pointer into a mouse. Ah, look at that. I don't know if that's coming out clear enough on the screen. But the little mouse chases. That's our current desktop. Okay. Wonder if we can get out of Nico here. Click on it again. Oh no. Now I have two cats. Can I confuse the two cats? Now it's just... Oh, okay. I'd have to use some sort of process management to figure out the Nico process and kill it. I'm not going to worry about that now. Okay, under System Administration, got K-Package, okay, for managing packages in the KDE desktop. X-Free Setup. Oh, VidTune, OS View. Oh, System Watch. System Info. I wonder if that's just a load monitor. Okay. Well, it's hard to keep the that's another load monitor. Let's see, under miscellaneous, we have quite a few tools, eh? Oh, kill. I didn't mean to kill that. Okay. Let's see if we can go back to start looking glass. There it is. Thought I restarted it. There we go. Oh, it just took a few seconds. Okay. Still haven't figured out how to kill the Nico. What else do we have? Under System Admin, Glint, as I said, for package management. K-Package, let's take a look at K-Package. See if it's easier to use than Glint. Oh yeah, this is quite a bit more modern in terms of how to use it. So we can see what's installed. So you can see the KDE apps are here. It's under other apps. Oh man, look at all these other apps. All the KDE stuff for half of it. Wow. Okay, we're back. So, hopefully that was a good look at the Looking Glass desktop. And if we wanted to quit, that's how we do it. Maybe I'll do some more with this in the future. I don't think so. But I wanted to give you a good view of the Looking Glass desktop. Hopefully that's what this is. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.